been carted off the field. I've been booed. I've been an MVP.
Yeah.
I've been a starter. I've been a backup to Herbert. I'm like, dude, I don't. Throw some shit at me. Like, you're not gonna phase me if we start off like 0-2 or I suck. I'm like, dude, it's gonna be fine.
The New Orleans Saints are entering the 2025 season not just as a team in transition, but as a franchise determined to rewrite its identity from the ground up. The last 2 years have been marred by underperformance and disappointment. Finishing 5th to 12th in 2024 and ending up at the bottom of the NFC South for the second straight season, the front office had little choice but to hit the reset button. The firing of head coach Dennis Allen mid-season was the first domino to fall. In his place, the Saints made a bold move, hiring 36-year-old offensive mastermind Kellen Moore. Once praised for his innovative schemes with the Cowboys and Chargers, Moore now gets the keys to a franchise that needs revitalization at nearly every level. Gone are the days of patching holes with aging free agents and massaging the salary cap with creative accounting. The Saints are done chasing ghosts of the past. The new vision is clear: youth, development, and long-term stability. That shift was most evident in the 2025 NFL Draft. New Orleans invested heavily in the trenches and at quarterback, drafting elite Texas offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr. in the first round to secure the blind side of whoever takes the helm under center. Then came the franchise's most significant QB investment in over 5 decades. Tyler Shough, the battle-tested, mature signal caller from Oregon, Texas Tech, and Louisville. Derek Carr, the previous starter, is still under contract but recovering from a significant shoulder injury. His future in New Orleans hangs in the balance. The quarterback competition is now wide open, with Shough battling fellow young talents Spencer Rattler and Jake Haener. Head coach Moore has declared that no job is safe and that meritocracy will define the team's identity moving forward. That philosophy is already resonating in the locker room. Tyler Shough, the new hope. Tyler Shough brings not only physical tools, but also mental toughness forged through years of adversity. At 6 feet 5 inches, 225 pounds, with a live arm and above average mobility, Shough checks all the physical boxes NFL teams crave. His 4.63 second 40-yard dash and ability to move outside the pocket add another dimension to his game. But it's his journey, marked by transfers, injuries, and constant adaptation, that sets him apart. After backing up Justin Herbert at Oregon, he transferred to Texas Tech and later to Louisville, where he had his breakout season in 2024. That year, he threw for 3,195 yards, 23 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions while completing 63% of his passes. He led Louisville to a strong finish, and scouts praised his poise, field vision, and ability to read defenses. The Saints were impressed not only with his production, but also with his leadership and maturity during pre-draft interviews and private workouts. Unlike most rookie QBs, Shough enters the NFL at age 26. While some see that as a red flag, the Saints see it as an asset. His maturity, combined with years of learning in different offensive systems, gives him a mental edge. General manager Mickey Loomis made it clear they drafted Shough not as a project, but as a player who could start and lead right away if needed. In Moore's quarterback-friendly offense, built on timing, play action, and quick decision-making, Shough could thrive. If he secures the Week 1 starting job, Shough would become the first rookie to do so for New Orleans since Archie Manning in 1971. Even if he begins the season behind a veteran, his time will come sooner rather than later. Every throw in training camp and preseason will be under a microscope. The Saints are betting on him being the face of their rebuild, and possibly their future. An underrated roster with breakout potential. Much of the national media is sleeping on the Saints, but that's exactly how this team likes it. With low expectations comes the freedom to surprise. Beneath the surface of their recent failures lies a young, hungry roster that's bursting with untapped potential. Start with the receiving core. Chris Olave is entering his 3rd year and looks ready to explode into all-pro territory. After back-to-back seasons with solid production despite inconsistent quarterback play, Olave now has a system designed to get him open in space. He's complemented by Rashid Shaheed, the dynamic speedster who stretches the field vertically and has already proven he can burn top-tier corners. If Shough or any quarterback can consistently deliver the ball, this duo could become one of the league's most feared tandems. In the backfield, veteran Alvin Kamara returns with a chip on his shoulder. Once one of the most electric playmakers in football, Kamara is being counted out due to age and declining production. But Coach Moore plans to use him smartly. More outside runs, more motion, and more passes in space. Kendre Miller, a powerful second-year runner, is expected to handle the between-the-tackles workload. Together, they offer balance and depth to an offense that needs consistency. The offensive line, long a strength in New Orleans, is being rebuilt with youth and physicality, with Kelvin Banks Jr. joining Ryan Ramczyk, Eric McCoy, and Cesar Ruiz. The Saints have the pieces to protect their quarterback and establish a run game. If this group stays healthy, they could quietly become one of the better lines in the conference. Defensively, the Saints are anchored by aging stars who still have juice left in the tank. Marshawn Lattimore remains an elite corner when healthy. Demario Davis continues to be the vocal leader and enforcer in the middle, and while Cameron Jordan is nearing the end, his presence in the locker room and on the field still commands respect. But it's the next generation that could take this defense to new heights. Chase Young, finally healthy, re-signed after a strong year rushing the passer. He brings speed, power, and urgency to the edge. Inside, Brian Breezy and Isaiah Foskey are developing into disruptive forces. In the secondary, Alontae Taylor is emerging as a playmaker alongside Tyrann Mathieu. This defense may not be elite, but it's aggressive, fast, and unpredictable. With a creative coordinator and the right game scripts, they could be the X factor in close games. The 2025 schedule and the path ahead. It's hard to overstate how little faith the NFL has in the Saints. Not a single primetime game in 2025. That's the league's way of saying, we don't expect you to matter. But if history tells us anything, it's that teams with nothing to lose are the most dangerous. The Saints' schedule is one of the softest in the NFL. Their opponents have a collective .419 winning percentage from last year, the second easiest slate in the league. They open with 2 home games, against the Cardinals and 49ers, before hitting the road to face the Seahawks and Bills. Tough tests, yes, but winnable if the Saints play clean football. The critical stretch comes in the second half of the season, where 5 division games against the Falcons, Panthers, and Buccaneers await. With young quarterbacks starting for nearly every rival in the NFC South, this division is wide open. If the Saints can build momentum early, they could position themselves for a surprise playoff push. Coach Moore has embraced the underdog label. He's installed a culture of competition, intensity, and belief. Training camp has been buzzing with energy, and veterans are buying in. The message is simple: ignore the noise, outwork everyone. Expectations versus reality. Analysts say 5 wins, Vegas says under 6, PFF ranks them bottom 10, but numbers don't account for heart, hunger, and chemistry. The Saints aren't trying to win the Super Bowl in 2025. They're trying to find their soul. They want to rediscover what made them a perennial contender in the Drew Brees era: toughness, unity, and explosive football. And while this journey may not result in immediate glory, it's laying the bricks for a foundation that could last a decade. If Tyler Shough becomes the player they believe he is, if Chris Olave ascends to stardom, and if the defense plays with pride and fury, the Saints won't be ignored for long. They're not just rebuilding, they're reawakening, and when they rise, it won't be silent anymore.